Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my dream box. So this is how the dream box lives. As you can see, it is open. It is not closed. I do have the stabilizers on down here. So I have the two that are in here and then I have one on each side of this. So first of all, it's on carpet and it is hard to get it to roll when it's on carpet, and it is near impossible to get it to roll when it is on carpet, and it has the stabilizer and it is full. Near impossible. So it is going to live like this. This is not in like a hidden area of the house. Like, I'm not trying to like not have anybody see this stuff. This is definitely visible. It is in the scrapbook room. As you can see, there are still calyxes. We've got bookshelves, another calyx. There's the Disney cart. We got Christopher's area. The closet is still there. Like, it is still very much the scrapbook room. So I am not freaking out about this at all. But let me put this camera down, get it situated and stable, and then we'll start going through the dream box. All right, guys, so on this side right here, I know that you're only seeing half of it. I promise you'll see the bottom half. But on this flip out door right here, I am toying with the idea of a couple things on this side. I am thinking about putting cork on here so that I can put my pins on here, because my Disney pin board, which is over here, and it's epic. You know what? This is my pin board, and I want to share my happiness with you guys. And it's heavy. It's really heavy, actually. I don't know. That might be a little bit too much weight. Since this is not a bookshelf anymore, it does not sit on top of it. So I'm toying with that idea. I was like, maybe I should get some chalkboard paint. My husband was like, you'll never use it. And I was like, you're right. You're so right. You're so smart. So on this side, these are the hooks on this shelf that I have hung some of my scissors on. And believe you me, this was a whole situation with the scissors, because I kept taking them on, like put them on, take them off, put them away, put them someplace else, tried to put them over here. It was a whole thing. But I've also got decorative areas in my dream box, which is why I say I have a lot more room. Like, all of these are my magic bands and a lot of my magic band pluses. And they're just here because they're pretty and I like to look at them. And the magic band holder that Christopher purchased for me only holds 4, and I got a lot more than 4. So this little plastic band right here is a shelf. I put all of my silicone brushes in this little jobby right here, and it just lives there. I've also got my 2 Xyron X's and refill cartridges. Now, tell me how long ago these look at the dust on them. That's embarrassing. These refill cartridges, right? Like, check this out. Check out the Target clearance tag. It's not the oldest Target clearance tag, but it's definitely there. And I had a lot more of these. I cleaned out my Target when they went on sale, and I cleaned them out, and that's what I have left. And this is another X Xyron cartridge. So those are living there. Then we have this little, just this little tube hole right here. I did have the water bottles hanging on it, but I didn't know what to put on this shelf. So I put one of the little baskets down here with that little plastic guy, and they're sitting in there. I also have a washi tape dispenser in here, and then this empty bucket because I didn't know what to do with it. Yeah, I just didn't know. Let me see if I can adjust the camera and just show you the bottom parts. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so the bottom part down here, again, I've got one of these little plastic things and then a shelf that adjusts. Just some stuff that needs to be put away, right? Like, this isn't where it lives. It is not where it should be. It's just some stuff that needs to be put away. So that is there. Then another one of these plastic things and a couple of fabric-y things like mesh. I've got some pleather and some burlap right there. And then, like I said, this bad boy just closes when it's not in use. Now we'll move over to the other area, and I'm going to adjust you guys again just a little bit so you can see it all. And we'll move down. Okay. These are all the Create Room totes. In this first one right here, I have like the enamel dots and brads and fake brads are all in here. We got like the little decorative details is what Bridget Monroe calls them. A couple bits of sequins. I got brads. We've got enamel dots. Sticky sequins. I've got like my freckled fawn bits, the fake brads. All of that is in this one bin, and this did used to live in a cart. Over here, we got lots of space in here. It does have a divider. These are my LE Studio monthly kits in order, and I have 2024 because that is a year that I am using to do divider pages, and then I have 2025, but I'm missing June because I pulled June out and it is actually in with my cruise kit stuff. So lots of room, right? Like lots of room. In this tote right here, again, room. I've got all of my labels. So whether they are in a book form or they are in loose form, they go here. I've also got my Love from Lizzie peel-offs. I forgot what they were called for a second. These are really cool. I got a bunch of them. I subscribed to her card kit for a hot minute. They are peel-offs in different colors and different finishes, and they are different size lines. And there's also stars, and there's also hearts somewhere in here. There we go. And there's also hearts. So those are in with the labels. I've also got a little bit of cork, and then my Making Memories metal sheets, which says copyright 2004, and I've had these for a long time, and I'm still holding on to them. So that is in this one. Then in this tote, which was also on the same cart, I've put a divider in. I've got tags and pockets and things in this front part. And then in the back part, I've got some frames and envelopes and sacks and things like that. So like I have these, I always want to call them glycerine sacks, but I know that they're glassine bags, but they're always glycerine socks when I'm thinking about them. These were still in the packaging, so I emptied the packaging, and now they are just loose in here. In this tote, I've got the things. I don't know what to call this tote, right? This is a tote full of embellishments that a Scrappy friend gave me. I've got my buttons in here. I've got these bad boys that I got from Hobby Lobby. I've got my Boeing, yes, Boeing, we know, but Boeing, I call it Boeing. Love the noise it makes. Airplane paper clips. I've got these plastic shapes that when Close to My Heart went out of business, I picked up those. And I've got one set of alphabets in here in a Ziploc baggie, which probably should go with the other alphabets over in the other area of my scrapbook room, but for some reason they're in here. So we got that one. this bad boy is for the long stuff. This was in a tote over in this calyx over here, but it is film strips, borders, tickets, like the long stuff, right? And then I also have these bad boys from Creative Imaginations. So they sold these. These are photographs. We got denim pockets, watermelon, and some florals. Oops, and black and white florals. And I got these on clearance. I don't remember when or where, but I got them on clearance and I've held on to them, and they have moved rooms and states with me for years. One day I will figure out something for them. But again, room in here, right? Room to grow. Over here, these are words. So like tiny word phrases, definitions. These are labels. That needs to come out. There's some labels in here. I am not organized. Let's fix that. Whoops, and I just threw out a word. Okay, so labels should kind of be in with the labels, Sandy. So I'm going to put those labels in there. It's good to have things where they belong. So we got word phrases, words. I got Tim Holtz words, some wood veneer words, and then some more words. So words, right? Over here, this is kind of like the rando box, I guess, where it's kind of like, where does this stuff go? I got a bunch of My Mind's Eye die cut circles on clearance when they were ending their scrapbooking stuff. So I got that. I've got these star banner things from American Crafts. More banners with pennants and stars and stuff. I'm just like, where do you put these? They go here. I've got the very last of the doilies. I got a couple of denim doilies that I found, and then like half of a silver doily. And they're back here with bows and these little like pinwheel things. And I took these out of the packaging. Oops. I took these out of the packaging, and I thought I had pulled all of these sticky backs off of the bows, but I guess I missed this one. So that they can be put on. And then I just cut a little bit of the backing for this so that the sticky didn't go over. So this is like rando embellishments. Down here we have letter thickers. Look at these bad boys. They are in rainbow order and they fit. I've also got my lineup templates from We Are, and also my Creative Memories ones in here, which I probably haven't pulled out in years, but they are there. This second tote is yet more letter stickers, and they are in order. Again, color order, and then other letter stickers are back here. So anything that is not a thicker, like a flat sticker, a tile sticker, they are all back here. These are not in color order. These are not in any kind of order at all. For some reason, it makes sense in my head for all of these to be in color order, but not these. And then I also have a couple of sticker books that are just kind of like thrown in the front there. So when I have these and they are on these little tray things, which are not pushed all the way in, because I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to put there. I have I don't know if it's dozens, but a ton more of these actual totes, because if I did not have things that were up over top of the tote, you could put these together like a lot more closely and fit a lot more totes in here. But I decided to pull these bad boys in. Okay, I'm going to bring the camera down again. Sorry for the shakiness of it, you guys. I don't do a lot of videos this facing. Most of my videos are straight down. So, okay, so here we have more stickers, right? So these are puffy stickers, thickers, foam stickers, whatever you want to call them. I've got like my Simple Stories together, my American Crafts together, Echo Parks together. We have them by brand name. Then there's like flat stickers in the back. So just all of the stickers, okay? My stickers used to be in fridge bins like these. And they were long ways in my calyx. But they're now here. And then down here is all of the rando stickers. Like my sticker books are over on this side. I've got the random stickers. There is no rhyme or reason to this. I did not go through and organize this in any way. I literally pulled stickers out of places and tossed them in here. I might go through and organize these a little bit more, but honestly, right now, I'm okay with it. This is where I was talking about where I have other totes that are not made specifically for the dream box. Like this bad boy is like a paper holder, a cropper hopper, and it has all of the 12 by 12 stickers sorted by manufacturer, and then it has chipboard here in the back. Oh, that is a sticker that is in between the chipboard. So apparently there is some organization to be done within these things, but there is that. In this tote right here, I have things that did not fit in the other things. So most of this is chipboard, and again, sorted by company. So it's just kind of living there right now. The goal is to use enough of it so that I can get rid of this tote and get this chipboard up into one of these. Not these are letter stickers. But the goal is to get this down too and start using my dies. Fingers crossed that actually happens. And then over here, this is kind of like random. This one doesn't really fit this whole theme over here. But like I said, I'm living with this the way it is until I figure out if it is the way I want to go. But this is all of like deco foil transfer sheets. There's also some vinyl and things that I have that can be cut. I got some chipboard and then like the carrier sheet for my make. So that is the last thing that is down here. And like I said, if I wanted to and I didn't have these tall ones, I could put them in totes and store them this way. I wonder if I do put them in totes and store them that way, if I could be able to fit. I don't think I could fit 4 totes there. So I don't think I'd really be saving any space. Like I wouldn't be making room for anything else. And then while I'm down here, I will show you this. So this is where I have all of my gel plates. I have a couple of large gel plates. Like I got a couple of 12 by 12s. I also have some shaped gel plates and some small ones with impressions on them. So that's where these bad boys live. This is an empty shelf. There's literally nothing in here. This has my deco foil stuff and like mink mist and all of that. So that just kind of lives there. I guess it could live down here on the smaller one and I could find something to put on here. Or I could move these shelves around. But like I said, we're living with it for right now. On this shelf right here is all my Making Memories alphabets. Now this is what I'm talking about. Look at that Target clearance sticker. Old. 2004, so stupid old. But the cool thing is that these still work. When I pull these out and use them, they still work. They were a quality rub-on. And then in here, this is my wax seal stuff, which I'm a little bit devastated because I don't know where the actual seals got to, Like I have my holder that has no seal. I have this bad boy that's got like a tiny seal, but I have some larger seals. And I just don't know where they are. These are wax melts for the seals, and then these are glue sticks, which they are full-size glue sticks, and I only have a mini glue gun. So kind of, all in all, this is a useless tote. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I am going to stand up now. We're going to lift you up and bring you up here. Okay, so this is the washi tape. The washi tape used to live right, so I'm at my desk. I'm standing at my desk, and this is my work surface directly below. The washi tape used to live just whoop off on my left-hand corner in a twirly thing that I picked up at Harbor Freight years ago that they no longer sell, right? They no longer sell it. So this is my washi tape, and I have it sorted by color. So I have like pinks and reds in here. Hope you guys are getting a good enough view of all the things you want to see, because I want to see everybody's everything when they show stuff. So I'm trying to be thorough so that you're seeing the stuff I would want to see. Yellows and oranges and greens and teals are in here, and nifty little dividers that came with them that you can either choose to use or not use. I got the blues, the purples, kind of like the natural browns and such things. This is also where I threw my denim washi tape because that's where it lived on my twirly thing. So yeah, I don't know. When I think of the denim washi tape, it's not like, oh, blue, it's natural. So that's where that goes. Then we've got the gold washi tapes and the other metallic washi tapes. Now, technically, a couple of these in here are actually ribbon, but they read sparkly washi tape to me, so they go in here. But this is where like the silver, the rose gold, the gunmetal, all of that is on that side, and gold is on that side. Here I have my grays, some of the black and whites, and then like colorful washi tapes are in here. In this one, we have the black washi tapes, the black and white washi tapes, and I can tell you that bad boy should be there. Like, different black and white washi tapes have different feelings to me, and that's how I've divided them. And I can't explain to you what the feeling is, but there's just a difference, right? Like, there's just a difference. So, and then in here we have the specialty kind of washi tapes. These are tags on a roll, and I know that that's not a washi tape, and they probably should be with my tags, but when I think about them, because they have been living with the washi tapes over in the twirly whirly thing, it just fits for me in my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? I got my big, long, thick washi tape with words. I've got some washi tape that Alex brought back for me from Japan. It is a floral, and it says blue seal on it. I also have this one that he brought back from Japan, and it has florals on it. And then he brought back these, which is Howl's Moving Castle, which is an anime, and then the decorations on there. So, and then I also have my Disney trash can washi tape, which is epically special to me. So even if this washi tape went completely bad right now, it would never go in the bin. There would always be Disney trash can washi tape in my stash. So anyway, those are the specialty washi tapes. Okay, now I'm going to turn you guys a little bit, and we'll do the top of the dream box. So this is the desk that pulls down, and I'm going to leave this up for a hot second while we go what this stuff is. So if you watched my filling the dream box video, you'll see that this was a little bit weird. I don't even know where the camera is right now on my iPad, so if I'm looking and I'm not looking like at you guys, like I'm talking at you, I'm sorry. Hold on, my phone's blowing up silently over here. Okay. Sorry. I had to see if one, it was work and I was needed, if it was a kid and I was needed, or if it was my husband and I was needed. Like, the things I would have to pause the video for. Okay, so in this very top one right here, this is where I put adhesive, right? This is my, all of my tape runners and dots and things like that live in this one. And then these are my sprays, you guys. Like, I put my sprays in totes. And I almost had a little bit of a heart palpitation when I was doing this, because if you guys remember, I had the nail polish things and they were stadium and they were beautiful. But I think this is going to be better for me, and it takes up so much less space, right? So much less space. And when I want to color, I can just grab it and pull it down instead of, I can't pull like all of my reds out at once when I had it in the stadium style. So I think that this will be good, but like, right, like it is full. And this is like reds, pinks, yellows, and oranges. And they're all of my companies are mixed up together. And then in this one, we have greens and purples. This one is the blues and the teals. Right, like the blues and the teals are all in here. And then this, we have the metallics and the neutral. So golds, silvers, blacks, whites, browns, they are all in this one. And I kind of love the fact that they're in totes, because like I said, being able to go like, man, I want a couple different blues and just grab this sucker, it's going to be a game changer. Up here is the stuff I use for alcohol inks. So I've got my alcohol ink felt pads, the acrylic stuff, alcohol ink, whatever, these bad boys. I've got a squeaky clean dispenser, which probably shouldn't be here. It probably should be with the stamp stuff. But it's living here right now. So I think we're going to find some things where I'm like, I'm not exactly sure while that is there. But yeah. These are my cards, my pocket cards. If you've been around, you can see I've made a huge dent in the pocket cards. This was overflowing and these were both completely full, so yay. Oh, my phone. Okay, I will be right back, guys. Okay, we're back. Yeah, that was Christopher. We had to talk to him. Okay, on this side, I have paint. So up here in this one, I have my distress paints. And then there's a couple distress paints in here too. And then other paints that I've received, and then my dilution paints that she no longer even makes in these. And I'm actually a little bit terrified because I'm pretty sure that they are dried up. Maybe I should have actually gone through this. Yeah, I mean, they're dried up. They're not completely dry. There's still like a sheen and stuff to them. And I have reactivated these paints before just with some distilled water. So I'm not going to get rid of them, but I am going to make an effort to actually use them. And then in the second tote, I have all of my tube paints. So my white paint with my I Like Crafts koozie. It's actually a craft beer koozie, but I use it for my main white paint. All of my Liquitex are in here. My Hobby Lobby brands, anything I got on clearance. I got some heavy duty, thick, heavy body paints in here. So all of my tubes live in here. And then again, this is not a box, not a dream box. This is a Kugis from IKEA. Man, this box smells great. In here are my alcohol inks. Different sizes, different brands. They're not sorted by rainbow color at all. They're just in here. So I got those. I was hoping that it would fit this way, but it's just too short. Yeah, just that too short. Okay. So now, more fun. We're going to pull this down. I'm going to pull you guys down so you can see a little bit better. Okay. This, again, in totes and dividers, right? These are all of my watercolors and aqua pigments. So I was on the Brutus Monroe design team for a couple years, and I kept all my Brutus Monroe products separate, and I decided now was the time to combine them. So I've got my reds, I got my Tailored Expressions watercolors, I've got any color bursts that I have in here, so I have like reds, pinks, yellows, and oranges. And then we have greens, blues, and purples. Then we have metallics and neutrals. And I also threw these in here. These are gilding flakes. I got these on stupid cheap, and I haven't really done anything with them yet. I think I put one of them in a shaker pocket once, but I gotta figure out something to do with them. So they're just living here because I didn't know where to put them. Here in this one, I have my blending brush holders, these couple little picket fence sponge daubers that I picked up on clearance. I haven't used them for anything yet, I don't think. I've used them yet. Nope, they're all very clean. Blending foams, like unused blending foams. And then this from Design Creative Bling, which I'm not sure if she still makes these, but I won this at Junkie Fest in 2018. This is where I keep my used color ones. So those just get to live in there. And then in this one, these are my inks. So Liquitex, I also got some of these Amsterdam acrylic inks. Got them on clearance from Hobby Lobby. So those are all in this one. And then this one, these are like pigments and refill colors. So I have like liquid pigment colors, I've got the powdered pigment colors, and then I have ink refills and such behind here. I also have my glossy accents and my crackle accents in here, because again, I didn't know where to put them. Like I just didn't know. So they're living here. They get to, and that is one of my hairs just hanging out on the shelf. And then on this shelf, this is where I decided to put all of my pens and markers and such things. So these are my alcohol markers over here. I do have one of these little totes that has my Post-its in there, and then like Post-it sketches and stuff, because that's how I roll. So those are living right there. Over on this side, I've got my other marker. Man, my hair is just like chilling out in all of these places. I've got brush markers, I've got gel pens, colored pencils, I've got these pens, which are Faber-Castell Pitt pens, all of my black pens. I've got the Arteza fine liners, the Arteza brush pens. I've got color pens, like paint pens kind of thing, white pens, gold pens, silver pens, all of like Wink of Stella and sparkle pens, sparkle markers, the not creative memories, close to my heart sparkle markers. Got a bunch of them when they went out of business. I got a photo from Vegas that's kind of chilling there. I think I might put some like photographs and things up. This is my toolbox from Harbor Freight. It's a little mini toolbox. It's got some things on here, some random things that I want to have, like my Walt Disney World piece. I got a couple Starbucks red cups. There's a couple like little stamps that have fallen out along the way, and I haven't gone through all of my stamps to figure out where they go, so they kind of live there. I got some wood veneer pieces that I lasered for scrapping reflections. I've got my Nuvo Deluxe, my Making Memories setting mat. Some of my business cards are back here. In here, extra blades, the little like distress tools. I've got nail file. I've got a white pen that needs to go in there. X-Acto knife, things like that. And then down here I've got tiny punches like hearts and stars. I got some batteries. I got a tiny stapler. I got my tiny scissors in here. There's just like little stuff, and then a ruler that's kind of just hanging out there for funsies. So that is that section. And we'll put that up, and I will bring you down so you can see. Okay. So down here is where I decided to put my fabric-y things, right? So I've got ribbons. These are like neutrals, white and neutral ribbons are in here. As you can see, clearance stickers. So some of them have not even been touched yet. All of the colorful ribbons here, right? Then here I have like loose ribbons. I've got my magic mesh that is still around. I mean, it's drywall tape, you guys, but it's magic mess. I don't know if you can see it. I probably picked the lightest color, and probably should have picked something like this where you can actually see it. It's purple. I got threads in here, like twine, that kind of stuff. Little loose bits of ribbon that I wanted to keep. Some crepe paper, like all of that is in this one. And then on the bottom here is my tool collection, because I absolutely love tulle. So there is that. Over here, this is where I have my mini ink pads, and they're sort of by color. These are close to my heart things, and they like are for 1-inch ink cubes. So I've got like pinks and reds, yellows, oranges, and peaches. And then the other colors, like the blues, the greens, and everything, are in here, and then like the neutral colors. And again, this is the only place where, oh, you know what? It's not the only place. I left some stuff out. On top of these, can you see? Yep, on top of these, I have my watercolored pencils from Tim Holtz. I've got my Jane Davenport color sticks, which are freaking awesome, and I probably should use them more. But she doesn't sell these because the factory that made them burned down. Over here, I was getting ready to lie to you guys and say I only have ink pads here and over there, but I've got these, which are my archival ink pads. They are waterproof, permanent inks, and each one of them has their own thing underneath of it. So these, and it's not the full set of archival inks, they're just the colors I have. And then over here I have watercolor cream crayons and these are metallics. So they live on top of the pens and markers, which I forgot to show you guys. I'll close that up. Okay, so so I'm not sure if these ink pads are going to stay here or they're going to move over and live with the other ink pads yet, but like I said, we're going to live with it for a while. I have my Gina K fuse tool, fuse foiling system. I've got my Cricut Joy right here. My Mink is actually sitting over there on the floor because I have not put it in here yet, and I'm not sure if it's going to go in here. I don't know yet. But in here I have, this is where the stencils live. So these are all scrapping reflection stencils. Like, as you can see, this binder is thick, and she is getting used and abused. because this is falling apart. I'm gonna have to like, look at this, you guys. She is full. She a thick girl. And these are just regular scrapping reflection stencils. This isn't stencil of the month. So I'm gonna have to go for my second binder. And then I have my stencil of the month binder. And it starts in January 22, and they are all labeled all the way. Please tell me I put my... Nope. July's has not made it from the laser downstairs to here yet. So that's my stencil of the month. And then this binder, this is all stencils that are from other companies that I like. And then I have this bad boy where they are all of my 6x6 stencils that aren't scrapping reflection stencils. They are all in here. Lots of Brutus Monroe stencils in here. Because, like I said, I was on the design team over there for a hot minute. Okay, and then I have an empty one that I could grow into if needed. Got my slicer tool here, and then I've got my Misty tools, and then a large, I'm pretty sure this is a basic gray stamp set that doesn't fit where the rest of the stamps are, so it kind of moved here for size. And then I've got my messy box that I put under here too, because why not? So that's the center section. And then these are the stabilizers. As you can see, it's got wheels. They don't recommend you put this on carpet because it is hard to wheel. But like I said, I am not going to worry about keeping her closed because I don't need to, right? Like, it's not out in public. It's not like I'm tucking this into my living room or anything like that. But yeah, she a thick girl. Like think about this much space, like from my tip of my finger to here. So basically this whole arm length out here, you can't tell, okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. All right, we got another side to get through, so I'm going to move you guys. Whoop. Sorry if that felt weird. Okay. I might have to hold this out like this. Okay. So on this bad boy, yeah, you're not getting a very good angle, are you? Okay, good enough. On this bad boy, I've got one of these shelves here. I put my little sidekick up here and the plates. Obviously, there's nothing to keep the plates in, but I think it'll be fine. This is another hook shelf. There's holes here that you could put hooks in if you wanted to. But I struggled enough with the hooks over on that side. I don't need hooks on this side too, right? Like, I just don't think that it's my thing. And yeah, I got some of my Starbucks cups here. So this is Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. And they are Starbucks cups. So yeah, like I said, decorating the dream box, it's not all supplies, which is why I keep saying I have so much room in here, you guys. And then on this shelf with another one of these little plastic jobbies, I've got like my matte gel, modeling paste, gesso, any of those kind of things are there. And then we're going to go down. That's an okay angle. So over here I have all of my brushes, and they're in more of these little metal containers that I got from the dollar spot at Target sometime. So like water brushes are here, paint brushes, and then palette knives and blender brushes and stencil brushes and things like that. And then my pixie spray because I need 3 for some unknown reason. And then under here, like this is one of those tube things again. And then this is my It's a Small World kitchen towel. And it is just covering up my vinyl and mink rolls. So Not because I'm ashamed of my vinyl or my mink rolls, but I like that, right? So it's there. Okay. Now we're gonna bring you back up. Okay. So that is that side. And again, like, it shuts. And I don't know what I'm putting here. Oh, you guys, sorry. I just realized you guys are stupid crooked. Your girl needs to get better at this, I think. Right? And I know some people hate hearing your girls. Oh, shoot. So I'm sorry. But it is how I talk normally. So I'm not like putting on airs or anything like that. If you were wondering. If you weren't, you weren't. Okay, so let's go through this side. Now, when I was doing my filling, the scrap box, dream box, it's called the dream box now. In the directions, like, they have this skinny area here, and then this skinny area is here. And I didn't want mine that way. I wanted my skinny area to go all the way down. So in here, in this top one, we have Perfect Pearls. We also have shimmer powders from Nuvo. I've got some pigment powders from Brutus Monroe. We've got Flock. Do you guys remember Flock? These are my little Doodlebug flocks. So all of those kind of things like there. In this one, these are Distress crayons, Gelatos, the Vicky Bouton art crayons. So those are just all in here. In this one, I have my, I don't know why I chose to put this in here, but I did. So I got my embossing gun and then also my anti-static powder tool. Here we have what's left of the Nuvo and the stickles, and then what's left here. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to end up in these once these are gone, because I used to have a heck of a lot of these, and I worked to get rid of them. Here I have my Fascinator staples, and then I have my Fascinator stapler. Something just popped out. Just had a little rubber piece pop out, and I don't know if it popped out of the Fascinator. Oh yeah, it did. It's its little rubber foot. Okay, put that right back in there. Okay, so then we have that. Now down here in this lower bit, again, I'm gonna put you down. This is my paper crimper. So that gets its own spot. Here we have Flock transfer sheets, more transfer sheets. So these are the smaller size transfer sheets that are larger. The larger ones are down under there. So they're not even in the same space. Here I have a couple random things. Right, I've got a couple paper rolls. I've got some waterproof paper, which is something that you can use with alcohol ink. And then I also have a silicone mat. I took this on a cruise and scrapbooked with it, and it was fabulous. And they're just living together because they fit together. And then I also have my two huge foam rolls, my white and my black foam roll. And then this is my monthly divider page spread. So I've got January and February complete, and then the extra cards for the months are just tucked in there. And then when I want to work on that, I can just pull that out. Okay, we're gonna go back up to the top. In here, this is where I have my watercolor pans and tubes. So these are tubes, these are pans and trays. This is like a cheap metallic one, like some, I don't know, maybe it's not cheap, I don't know. But some of the things are coming out, so. A little Amy Tangerine one. This one is a Prima one. This is the, I forget how it's called. The Koritake one. So watercolors are in there. In this one, we have stamps that I use a lot, like the little, basically stamps that I use a lot. Like if I'm doing little bits of things, these are the ones that I'll like reach for. These are like my go-to little backgrounds and filler stamp things. So even though all of my stamps are over here, this still has its own little spot. This one are kind of things I had no idea what I was going to do with them. I got a lot of these on clearance at Joann's when they were going out of business, and they were 97 cents and then the 90% off or 80% off or whatever it was on top of that. And they're really great, just basic shapes and great colors. So I just bought all they had. And then I've got like these fabric-y die cut things that I don't exactly know where to store. So these are living together. Like I said, if I had a better plan for some of this stuff, I think I could bring even more over. And then here, adhesive. So I've got like pop foams, tape adhesive. I've got a bunch of ATG. I've got my metallic tape in here. So that's living there. This bad boy just used to live on a calic shelf behind me, and it's still behind me. This is another Kugis from IKEA, and this is where all my flowers are. They were in like the little individual 4x6 photo keepers, but I had like 3 of them, and I was like, that's a little ridiculous. So if I have that much flowers, I need to find a better place to store them all so I don't have to open up so many to get what I need. And these are kind of like go-to things for me when I am scrapbooking. So like big words, small words, labels, and book plates, like non-sticky labels. My sticky labels are over there, which you guys saw earlier. And then down here, oops, I'm just gonna put those in there. We got tabs and banners in this one. And then I've got tickets in this one. And then also in this big one, it's just like big frames and big die cut pieces, like filler bits, are in that one. So that makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense for me in the way I scrapbook. Now this will bring you back down. This might be my favorite section right here. These are all of my glazes, right? So all my glazes were on a cart by themselves, and now they are living here. So I've got pinks and reds here. I've got yellows and oranges here. We got greens and purples here. Again, because of the amount of green and purple I have, they fit together better than putting them in exact rainbow order. I've got blues here. And then like neutrals, blacks, whites, and metallics and stuff like that here. And I have mixed companies. And then underneath of that, I have my embossing pads, embossing refill ink, embossing powders. And they are doubled up. Like I have 2 levels of them. And then I have an empty tote here. I could, I guess, put 1 level of them, but I'm not doing that. And then all of my tissue paper is here. And then down here are my cards. So there are cards that I have made. There are blank cards, card bases, envelopes. These are like card blanks, slimline card bases. Like all of my card stuff is here. And I think that's it, you guys. That is it. That is my dream box. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tour of it. I am also going to be filming a room tour now that this is out of the way, because this is a lot of stuff. But yeah, anyway guys, I want to thank you for sharing your excitement with me, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.